Hello to everyone. Welcome to the AP Coach YouTube channel. In this particular video, I'll be talking about the AP Calculus AB and BC test structure as you can see here. So basically this entire exam is for 3 hours 15 minutes long, and it is apart from the break in between which is allotted, right? So the total duration for this exam, either of it, whether it is AB or BC, is 3 hours 15 minutes as you can see here. Okay, it is for 3 hours 15 minutes long, and it is apart from the break which is allotted in between. Now, this entire exam is further segregated into two sections. One is section 1. In section 1, you have MCQs, which is multiple choice questions. Okay. Now, MCQs are further divided into part A and part B. Part A has 30 questions, and the time duration for it is 1 hour. Part B has 15 questions, and the time duration for it is 45 minutes. So altogether, it is for 1 hour, 45 minutes, right? 1 hour, 45 minutes. Now, so 30 plus 15 is how much? 45, right? So total MCQ questions in section 1 is how much? 45 questions. Now, coming on to section 2. Section 2 contains FRQs. FRQ stands for pre-response questions, right? What are these? These are basically your subjective type of questions. Subjective type of questions means what? You have to show your working each and every step, right? And you have to elaborate it, like each and every step supporting with the identities, properties, and so on and so forth, basically. Right. Now, this FRQ section is again further divided into part A and part B. Now, part A contains 2 questions, and the time duration for it is 30 minutes. And part B contains 4 questions, and the time duration for it is 1 hour. So, total time duration for this FRQ is how much? 1 hour 30 minutes. So, if I add 1 hour 30 plus 1 hour 45, totally it is 3 hours 15 minutes long. Okay. Now, FRQ. So total FRQs are how many? Total 6 questions are there, pre-response questions, which are subjective type. Okay. And what are the marks which is allotted for these MCQ and FRQs? Let's talk about that. So we have MCQs, right? And the total marks for all these 45 MCQs is how much? 54 marks. Okay, you can see here 54. Now, since 45 questions are there in total in MCQ section, so each and every MCQ is for how many marks? 54 divided by 45, so you get 1.2 marks. So the individual weightage of every MCQ is how much? 1.2 marks. Now, what are FRQs? Pre-response questions. Each question is of 9 marks. So 9 times 6 is 54. So each question weightage is how much? 9 marks. So what is the total marks for this entire paper? 54 plus 54, 108 marks. Okay. Now let's talk about how much is sufficient, right, to get a 5 on 5 in actual scaling. So your actual scaling is on 5 on 5. So let's suppose a particular child is giving calculus BC, right? So generally a score of 75 plus will fetch you a 5 on 5. And if it is calculus AB, around 80 to 85 plus, right? Out of 108 is a pretty decent score in order to get a score of 5 on 5. Okay. So that's how it is. Now, what is the major difference between BC and AB? So calculus BC contains few extra topics as compared to AB, and the entire AB will be covered in BC. Okay. So that's how it is. And you can see the nature of questions is also more or less same in both the papers. Now let's talk about the very important thing, which is the calculator usage, right? So as you can see, I've mentioned here, calculator is allowed in part B of MCQ paper and part A of FRQs. So for these 2 questions, calculator is allowed. All right. So I hope you got a fair idea about the structure of the exam, how it is. So total marks is for 108 marks. So friends, for more information on this, stay tuned to this channel. Uh, Further to this, I'll be starting with the basics of AP Calculus, that is called as pre-calculus. So for more information, stay tuned. Thanks for watching.